I still don't get what the problem is.
Well, for one thing, Mr. Corinthos, you're underage. And as I stated, you were driving erratically. I'm going to have to ask you to take a breathalyzer test.
And what if I say no?
Well, under New York's zero tolerance law, that would be an automatic suspension of your license for 1 year because you're under 21. And there'd be several fines. Then I'd have to take you downtown.
Is this a slow night or something? You trying to make that quota for a trip to Hawaii?
Okay, sir. I need you to turn around and put your hands behind your back.
Hey, I'll take this.
Inspector Spencer,
Yeah.
got a suspected DUI here.
Hey, Brad, good to see you. Actually, Mr. Corinthos is a person of interest in an investigation I'm working on. Why don't you let me handle this one?
Let me know if you need anything for the report. Have a good night.
Thank you. You okay?
Yeah, I'm great. Your buddy just made up some garbage about me driving erratically or whatever.
No, Brad's a good cop. He wouldn't have pulled you over unless he had a good reason. So how much did you drink tonight, Mike?
I didn't, okay? Look, I appreciate you helping me out, but I know why you did it, and it doesn't change anything. I still don't know anything about Claudia.
Why don't we just forget about Claudia for a second then, okay? Let's talk about the real problem.
And what's that?
Your father.
What are you doing here, John?
Turns your back on your father doesn't mean I'm gonna do the same thing.
Actually, if you think about it, you already have, in a way. Just like you've turned on yourself.
That's a bunch of crap. I thought you were a cop, not Dr. Phil.
I'm trying to help you, Michael. I've been through some similar stuff, okay? Every family has its secrets. And some a lot worse than others, but every family's got them. And every parent tries to protect their kid from finding out those secrets. They only want their children to see the best face that they have. And then one day you find out that one thing that you were never supposed to know about, and it changes the way you see your parents forever.
I don't have a problem with my parents. We're fine.
I don't think you believe it any more than I do. Look, man, I thought I knew my dad. I mean, I idolized him. There was nothing that Luke Spencer couldn't do. No situation that he couldn't handle. But that all changed for me when I finally saw him for who he really was.
Look, I appreciate that you're trying to help me out. But I'm telling you, I'm fine. Everything is fine.
Mike, I don't think it is. Otherwise, you wouldn't be drinking and driving and basically begging to get caught. I know how that feels. And when I lost faith in my dad, I told myself I was just being rebellious or whatever, but the truth is, I was trying to hurt him. And I knew how much he loved me. So the best way to hurt him was to hurt myself. And it's pretty obvious to me that you're doing the exact same thing right now.
Why do you keep trying to compare us? You and I are nothing alike. My dad's nothing like your dad.
They're more similar than you might think, Michael. There's a lot of good in both of them. Enough to make you want to ignore what they're trying to hide. Look, I never used to question what my dad did. Anybody he swindled was just another sucker who deserved it. My dad had an answer for everything. And he could easily handle any situation we were up against. And I know that you've grown up watching your dad run his organization. But the problem is you don't really know how Sonny got that power or what he does to keep it.
And that's where you're wrong. I know everything about my dad and his business. I got shot in the head by someone who was trying to take him out, remember?
Right. And Sonny loves you too much for you to ever consider blaming him for letting you get shot. Or getting angry with him for the year that you lost. Instead, you just find other ways to get back at him. Like tonight. It's pretty obvious to me that you've been drinking, Michael. I can smell it from here. Anybody could. You're pushing the limits. And you want Sonny to know about it. Because you want him to feel guilty.
So we done now? You want me to give you some money for the shrink session? Or are you gonna arrest me?
Happy birthday! You're 18. Okay, this isn't the reaction I expected. Hey, Lucky.
Hey.
How's it going? How'd you know about Michael's party? Not that you're not welcome, but,
Actually, I didn't know about the party. I had to give Michael a ride home.
Why is that?
Go ahead. Go ahead, I'm sure you're dying to tell everybody.
Michael was pulled over earlier tonight for drunk driving.
Tonight's not the best night for a party. Thanks for bringing my son home. I can promise you it will not happen again.
can I walk you out?
Sure.
Thank you for bringing Michael home.
Yes, not a problem.
What happened?
One of our officers pulled him over for driving erratically. He suspected that Michael had been drinking, so he asked him to take a breathalyzer test. But Michael refused, so I stepped in and took over.
Oh, my God, you were there. Was he arrested?
No, we didn't arrest him. I took over for the other officer and decided it would be best if I just brought him back home. This time, anyway. But it's not going to go on his record.
Thank you.
Look, Carly, I know you know this, but drunk driving's a pretty serious offense. I mean, BJ died because of a drunk driver. Jason's a mob enforcer because of a drunk driver. You might want to remind Michael of that, okay? The only reason I'm looking the other way on this is because I've been where he's at. Or at least close enough. Hey, look, I'm sorry about the whole thing. I just hope you guys have